An outrageous decision by the Polish judiciary. Judge Henryk Komisarski of the Court of Appeal in Poznań overturned the life sentence for Serhii T., who brutally murdered his wife and two young daughters. He overturns the contested sentence and refers the case to the district court in Poznań for reconsideration. The reason? Judge Komisarski does not like the district court judge who issued the judgment in this case. The point is that Judge Daniel Jurkiewicz was nominated to serve as a judge of the regional court in Poznań at the request of the National Council of the Judiciary, which in the opinion of the Court of Appeals is formed in part by the so-called judicial branch, which is unconstitutional. In other words, Judge Komisarski went along with the disparaging narrative of the December 13th coalition about the so-called neo-judges. Daniel Jurkiewicz himself disagrees with such accusations. There can be no talk of any neo-judges here. I am a judge appointed by various presidents at the request of the National Council of the Judiciary. The current model of the National Council of the Judiciary, which is based on the German or Spanish model, where the courts also select members, is entirely consistent with this. Judge Komisarski's ruling was certainly welcomed by Minister Żurek, but ordinary people will pay the price. After murdering his partner and two daughters, the killer locked the boy in the next room. Now, due to the anarchy in the justice system, the boy will have to testify again and go through the trauma. I feel sorry for the people. I feel sorry for the people who will have to go through the same traumatic experiences again during the ongoing proceedings and trial. The case is extremely shocking for another reason. Judge Komisarski publicly criticized the work of Judge Jurkiewicz. These results were even below average in terms of stability, not efficiency, but stability, which is really the most important factor when it comes to promotions. The point is that it was none other than Henryk Komisarski who gave a positive assessment of Judge Daniel Jurkiewicz's promotion application in resolution number 645 from 2020 of the National Council of the Judiciary. We read, "The assessment of Mr. Daniel Jurkiewicz's qualifications was prepared by Mr. Henryk Komisarski, a visiting judge for criminal cases at the Court of Appeal in Poznań, who stated that the results of the file reviews and analysis of statistical data lead to the conclusion that the candidate is a very good judge. His results in terms of the number of cases handled in individual categories deserve a positive assessment. The same applies to the timeliness of his actions. There were no unjustified delays in any of the cases, and the vast majority of the judgments were drafted within the statutory time limit. It seems that it is Judge Komisarski who changes his opinions along with the changing government and does not demonstrate the independence that should be a trait of a judge. The opposition does not hide its outrage at the court's decision. We must say once and for all that all judges are judges, that everyone who has been appointed by the Polish president, everyone who has received a chain from the president, is a judge. Any questioning of this status only leads to legal anarchy, and the current December 13th coalition, which previously acted as the opposition, and politicians who dress up in robes and question the status of some judges are responsible for this, which ends up just like in this case. Such court decisions are the result of a long-standing political campaign by Prime Minister Donald Tusk's circle, which wants to categorize judges. This is not the first time that the ideological battle against judges appointed in recent years has demolished the Polish judiciary. Appeals by members of a brutal gang of finger cutters are stuck in the Court of Appeals in Warsaw. This is because one of the judges, appointed after 2018, filed a motion to rescue himself from the case due to a conflict with the old judges. Waldemar Żurek is using this type of situation to blackmail the president. The perpetrator remains in custody. The court's decision does not mean that he will be released. But look, this is what justice looks like with neo-judges. I appeal to you, do not go to the courtroom. Yes, Mr. President, there is no Rule of Law Act. We have it. Will you sign it? Blackmailing the president. We have a law. Will you sign it, Mr. President? And this law is in fact a petrification of the pathology we have now. However, the president's office had already announced that it would not agree to any solutions that would stigmatize judges appointed after 2017. This government and Minister Żurek do not have the power to push through parliament and obtain the president's signature for their often illegal, unlawful, and scandalous scandalous decisions. However, simply blocking harmful initiatives is not enough. Decisive action is needed to put an end to the pathologies in the judiciary. According to Przemysław Wipler from the Confederation Political Party, the Polish president has the power to put the situation in the Supreme Court in order. There is a way and plan on how to do this at the Supreme Court level. It can be stabilized with personnel decisions, filling vacancies, and within 2 to 3 months, the full Supreme Court can pass a resolution introducing fundamental order at the judicial level. For now, Polish President Karol Nawrocki is the leader in the rankings of trust in politicians. If the head of state wants to maintain such high results, he must respond decisively to lawlessness in Poland.